We've got Reverend Sophie here in the studio, which means on a Thursday morning, it's got to be time for confessions. Morning, Reverend Sophie.
Morning, Gina. Morning, Tom.
Morning. Thursday is here again.
I know. It just goes so quickly, doesn't it?
It really does.
It's chaos. Absolute chaos. And this Saturday, shout out to Sally and Luke. Reverend Sally and Reverend Luke this Saturday are being ordained as priests in the cathedral. It's very exciting. So I just want to, they're all on retreat at the moment. So it's very exciting.
Very cool. Should we give them a whoop and a cheer now?
Yeah, let's give them a whoop and a cheer.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Very exciting.
I wonder, as new to the priesthood, whether they would be forgiving of today's scenario. It is confessions now. This is the time of the week where you get to bring forth to us the problems and the weight that you've been shouldering. And maybe you just want to seek a bit of forgiveness so that you can rest easy at night. We start off with a little dance. Should we have a little dance already?
Let's do it.
Go on, are you ready, Jean?
I'm ready. Of course I am.
Here we go.
These are my confessions. These are my confessions. These are my confessions.
And today's is quite something.
Tom can't even get out. He's just laughing already.
Well, like last week, it's another really short one.
Okay.
Now.
Okay. I'm ready. I'm poised. Ready.
My confession, not mine.
No, okay.
No.
From the
Get
reader.
that straight.
I need to try and decipher that. Shotgun wedding at the age of 16. Made arrangement to meet the boy that they really liked on the same day. So this person has got a wedding.
Okay.
But also someone else that they like.
Okay. So the person that's confessing got married?
Yes.
Okay. But they also like someone else?
Yes.
Oh dear. Okay. Right. Mm-hmm.
Invited the person that they liked.
Oh my word.
To kind of be along the route that they were going at this wedding.
Okay.
On the same day.
Okay.
He passed by as they were driving her out to get married.
Okay.
And the look on his face has never been forgotten.
Oh dear.
Now, one thing that's all I've got.
That's all you've got.
So one thing that I'm not overly clear on is whether it was the bride, I'm assuming, that made the arrangements innocently. And then it was like, by the way, you're getting married today, which is also a little bit dubious. Or whether it was, I need to nip this in the bud. I'll invite them through. I don't need to break up with them if they see me in a wedding gown. And therefore everything's fine.
I'm confused. I don't know what we're forgiving here.
So you're forgiving the fact that the way that I've interpreted it is bride is getting married to person A.
Yeah.
Bride liked person B.
Yeah.
Bride invited person B to meet up on the day of the wedding.
Yeah.
So that they would see the wedding taking place and therefore broken up with.
Okay. So the I am.
Could we have another one, please? Anyone else?
No, another confession, please. Okay. So here's the thing. If I'm understanding this correctly, she liked the boy B.
Yeah.
As well as getting married to boy A.
That's that's the interpretation I've given our little scenario here today.
Okay. Is she still with boy A? Is she still with the person she married, or has she gone back with B now?
I don't know.
I mean, if that was genuinely her way of breaking up with him, that was a bit harsh. I mean, that's a whole other level of harshness.
That is quite harsh.
There. I'm feeling a little conflicted and less forgiving than I was earlier on.
Oh dear. How the morning changes one's perspective. Yeah. It's quite a thing, isn't it? But people, this happens where people are like, oh no, there's nothing going on. And then, I'll meet you for a meal. And they're already there with like someone else. It's like, ooh.
I was I was listening to a podcast this morning,
Yeah.
and someone on the podcast gave a quote from Virginia Woolf, but he couldn't remember the quote perfectly. But it said something about a cat in a bag of sand in the background. Long story, but basically, it was talking about different perspectives, and I think here. We probably need to know the perspective of the other, of the other people. Like, this is very, very confusing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, had they been in a relationship had they been in any sort of relationship at all? Or did she just like him from a distance?
Mhm.
If they'd been in some sort of on-off weird relationship,
Yes.
then the question is, did she tell him beforehand that she was going to get married? I mean,
There's a lot of context.
there's an
that's
awful lot of
missing.
context
I
that's
know.
missing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So can we have more context, please?
No,
Can we just make it
that's
up?
what we said
Yeah,
through.
Can you just make it up?
Yeah, we got story time with Gina now. Gina, if you were to make up and fill the gaps in this story, where would you go?
Well, I just don't know. I do know of a situation where somebody told me once, I'm getting married. And my reply, and this was somebody very close to me, and my reply was, to who?
Oh.
Yes. So this is sort of a situation like that, I suppose, is it?
Yeah.
Mm.
It's a little
I,
bit.
I just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I suppose, okay, so we've got scenario one here that is, it's your wedding day, you're getting married to this person, so you've chosen that person because that's the person you're going to get married to. You've got somebody on the sidelines who you've said, oh, just be here at this time. And they've seen you going to get married. So that's sort of the decision. That's sort of, I can't tell you face to face because I just don't know how to tell you. So I'm going to do it in this way. So I suppose that is a way of, the choice has been made. The other person has seen. Is it the right way to go about it? I don't know, but they've done it.
It's a way to go about it. It reminds me of very much Pride and Prejudice, where you married into the family, and it didn't matter about who you actually had feelings for. It's like, no, this is your duty. That's what when I read it, that's how I felt about
You
it.
put a slightly different slant on it now. See, context is everything.
Context is everything.
Context and perspective.
We should never
is
assume,
everything.
should we?
No, we should never assume.
Because of what it makes us.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Indeed. So, don't say it on air. Wow, it's. I'm finding this very, very difficult. But you are right; it's a little bit Darcy, isn't it?
Yes,
really? A little bit Darcy. So, my inclination is to say that it depends on where your heart was at.
Mm-hmm.
Where was your heart at when you told this young man? Well, I'm assuming it was a young man.
Yes.
It might have been more recent than that, in which case it might not have been.
No, that's true. Yeah,
it could have been. But when you told this young man that that you were going to meet him, where was your heart at? Was it, I don't know how to gently let him down, and therefore I'm going to do it this way? Or was it more about you and about, wanting to show this other person that you were getting married to someone else? It depends on where the heart was at.
I like that.
So if the heart was in a good place, I'm feeling very forgiving.
Mm-hmm.
If the heart was not in a good place, I'd want to have a further conversation with the person, and I reserve my right not to forgive or not forgive. Can we just put her in purgatory for a bit?
We'll put her in the middle. But you make a very valid point there, actually. There's I remember a phrase that I saw a couple of years ago, and it was, we judge ourselves by our intentions, but others by their actions. And I remember that's always resonated with me. It's like, what you thought and how you feel is very different to what you do and how we judge other people.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting.
Really, though, we should judge others by their intentions rather than their actions as well.
Yes.
Although if you intended just to punch someone around the nose and ended up killing them, I suppose
that's what the court of law is all about.
The court of law is all about.
It is. Gina.
Right. I am going to go in with forgiven. And the reason I'm going to go in with forgiven is because, rightly or wrongly, they have told the person, maybe not in the right way, but they have told the person under no circumstance, I'm getting married, therefore you've seen what's happened, and therefore it's time to break ranks. This is not going to happen anymore. Day of the marriage, goodbye. They've told
Oh.
them, not in the right way, but they've told them. So forgiven.
That line has been cut, and sometimes you've got to be cruel to be kind, Reverend Sophie.
Oh, yes. Well, I no. You need always to be kind. I'm this idea of being cruel to be kind. I hate that. Actually, we all need to be kind, even when we're feeling, especially when we're feeling like we want to be cruel. We need to pull ourselves back and go, actually, this is not about me. But I have other questions now.
You have other
I have
questions?
questions about the husband.
Did
Did the husband know?
Of course. Oh gosh.
Did the husband know that that's what was happening? There are so many unanswered questions on this. I feel like I cannot give you a definite forgiven or not.
Well, over on the
Ooh.
WhatsApp, 01437 764455, we've got shouldn't have happened in the first place. Lol. However,
That's true.
that same person goes on to say, not forgiven. She shouldn't have been such a player. And a marriage is about honesty, not forgiven.
Well, I agreed.
Yes,
Agreed.
but they weren't married when they said about this.
No, but in a
Invite.
21st century context where people are not getting married at all in some instances, and they are
Yes.
remaining
Yes.
just
Yes.
a committed couple.
Yes.
I would argue that that honesty should prevail anyway. Honesty should prevail anyway.
I know.
Like,
with a question mark.
There's no question there. Honesty should prevail.
Well, then, with you saying that means you're not forgiven. You're not forgiving.
I'm not forgiving of that. No.
No, exactly. So forgiven from me, not forgiven from you. What's Tom saying?
And
Oh,
it's just so difficult,
it
Tom.
is. It's so difficult with the lack of context that we've got. I don't know. I really don't know, because I see it from all the different sides as
Yeah.
well.
Perspective is everything.
Back to that cat and the
It's
bag
back
of
to the
sand,
cat
whatever
and
it was.
the-
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was something about this person coming to a truth, but then they realized that the cat was watching, and this idea that the cat saw it from a different perspective.
Yes.
So what's your truth and what's my truth?
Okay.
And what's Gina's truth might be different. It's like when anybody says to me, what's the truth? Well, I shall say, well, there's probably about 20 different truths in this.
Yeah.
So
Here's mine.
yeah.
Well. Let us know yours. We're currently hung. I've got something. Sorry.
Have you got
It's that cat.
It's that
Yeah.
cat. He's got hair in his mouth.
Um,
Blah, 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 blah.
There we go. So let's. I don't know, because I do see it from all the different sides, but I do know what it would have felt like to have been that person, to have been told to be like, oh, if you come here, then you'll see something.
That would be
It's
really
like-
sad.
Oh,
We'll have to
Yeah.
get that sound.
If he was truly
the
in
sad
love,
trumpet.
like if he was
Mm.
truly in love with her,
Oh,
and that was the way that she told it. There's no forgiveness for that either, really. No, not forgiven. Definitely not. Not forgiven. It's done.
Oh!
It's done. Not forgiven. I can't.
there
no,
it is.
That's just the heartbreaker.
It is
It's
a
there.
heartbreaker.
There's a heartbreaker.
It is. Which means that we've got
Forgiven.
from Gina, we've got
Yes.
not forgiven, and we've got not forgiven from WhatsApp. Go on, G, push the button. Wow.
There's always a chance for forgiveness and hope, though.
Yes, always.
So, go and tell the person that you're sorry.
Yeah.
Or go
I could have done this differently. We
Yeah.
could have been more open, had conversations,
Yeah.
and actually realized where our lives were taking us,
Yeah.
as opposed to that shock factor.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always room for forgiveness and hope.
Oh,
Love that.
there we go.
We'll be back again next week with confessions. You can send yours in, studio@purestrange.com. As you can tell, we do love a bit of context.
We do love a bit of context. Yeah,
So go to town on the stories and the details.
Yes.
That's what we really want.
definitely.
We've already had some submitted in.
Have
So,
we?
Yeah, so I'm all ready,
I'm ready for next week.
already for next
Good,
week.
good, good.
How's your week looking, Reverend Sophie?
Well, it's very exciting. As you know, we've got Saturday, we have the ordinations at the cathedral. And then on Sunday, I'm going to do a live show on Sunday morning.
Are
I'm
you?
going to do a live show.
You're going to
on
be
Sunday
here
morning.
on Sunday at 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock Sunday morning. I will be here, and then I'm going to go straight from here to Father Luke's first Mass or Eucharist in St Martin's at 10:30, and then then we're having a bring and share lunch, and then in the afternoon, evening at 6 o'clock in Prendergast, St David's Prendergast, we will be celebrating with Reverend Sally at her first Mass. So then there'll be food following that as well, and then there's a week full of exciting things happening. So I can't remember all of them. It's just meetings, exciting things happening, baptism preparation, weddings, funerals, you name it. It's all happening at the moment.
You've got them all,
It's
the
all going on.
circle of life,
Yeah.
daily and weekly.
Yeah.
It's 20 minutes past 8 o'clock here, though, G. And, we've still got a wonderful competition, talking of busy things this week.
Ooh, competition of Unscrambled. We want to get an annual family pass to Folly Farm out to you. So we'll have those all important letters still to come on the show. And not forgetting, we'll be celebrating with you. So if you've got a celebratory day today, then please do let us know.
And how do you fancy getting yourself a couple of Oasis tickets? Details of that on the way. Also here on Pure West Radio, we're going to look at some what's on to the Pembrokeshire Coast National Park and another look at the roads with Link Taxis. It's all up next here on Pure West Radio.
I've already got some Oasis tickets.
Yay! You see there, you'll see Reverend Sophie there having a lovely time. It's all next here on the Pure West Radio Breakfast Show with Folly Farm.
Wake up with Gina